And one of the epic nights in the NBA. We welcome you to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the East All-Stars playing against the West All-Stars. It doesn't get any better than this. The best of the NBA all together on the same court. This is a date that all basketball fans circle on their calendar. Every year the All-Star Game is one of the highlights of the season because when you put this kind of talent together, it is an amazing show. Now for the crown jewel of All-Star Weekend, the big game finally upon us. Kenny, in terms of stakes, what's really on the line for these teams tonight?
Well, more than anything, conference bragging rights. Like, you know, it's always like my neighborhood's better than your neighborhood. And now you're saying East is better than West. It goes down to the essence of park basketball all the way to NBA basketball. My neighborhood is better than yours.
Do some of the player-to-player rivalries have a chance to be renewed in this one?
Yes, because a lot of times they go, see, if I had some help, you see what I would do to you? And now you have help at the All-Star Weekend, Jack.
The All-Star Game is about putting on the show that the fans love. But you got to get out the game healthy. You know, some guys like to go break a sweat, and other guys like to really perform.
Thanks for joining us as we go courtside now. Kevin Harlan has the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. Durant is out there with Paul George. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Now here's Durant after the miss from Stephen Curry. Goes back up. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Hands it from downtown.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
Now here is Aldridge. Shoots over Turner. And it's Aldridge missing.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish. You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it. But you know what? He didn't. It happened. Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
There's the screen. DeRozan with it. Westbrook picks him up. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And they double up DeRozan. Turner passes to LeBron. Aldridge gets a hand on it. And Aldridge slams it in.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Not a fast start here for the East All-Stars. They trail by 6. And DeRozan kicks to Antetokounmpo. Second chance effort, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Left side, Durant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, the length and height of Aldridge make him a tough matchup. He's a hard guy to go against, a strong forward that has an impressive mid-range stroke.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
They set the pick. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Now, here's Westbrook. Aldridge. Good. Aldridge has got 11 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
I tell you what, Antetokounmpo has a real killer instinct on offense. I mean, this guy is serious about trying to score the ball and make plays. Always playing downhill, always in attack, and constantly keeping the defense on its heels.
A big group substitution here for the East. Kevin Love's checked in for Turner. Anthony comes in for LeBron. Beal's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And John Wall's subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, incredible effort on defense, refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The East making a switch. Drummond's checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Leonard with the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Anthony with the screen on Paul. And Wall kicks to Anthony. The kick out to Wall. A three-pointer, no good. And the West All-Stars with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
He joked about how he was planning for this game. He took a look at the roster they're playing against and realized there was no chance to take away anyone, that all of these guys can hurt you. He told me if I had to actually try and devise something to keep them from scoring, I might lose my mind. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And the West All-Stars have possession. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, there aren't many players who would have even seen that pass, but when we're talking about Chris Paul, he's got unique vision, unlike most anybody else.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
The East All-Stars shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
Steph Curry's checked in for the West. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
That's a great get it!
What a throwdown there, man.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. That's short off the rim. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the West All-Stars. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we welcome
a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the West All-Stars, C.J. McCollum out there with Curry. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Towns in at the 4 spot. McCollum dishes to Towns. Gasol against Vucevic. Kept alive, Towns, and he lays it straight in. Towns has got his first basket.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And the East with some changes. LeBron, he's checked in for Love. DeRozan comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for John Wall. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for C.J. McCollum.
And Gasol is a master at utilizing his strength inside, forcing the defense to become physical with him whenever he has the ball in deep.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. LeBron passes to Vucevic. Towns against James. The 10-footer finds the target. James has got 5 points so far.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Curry kicks to Gasol. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Vucevic has screen on Westbrook. On its way from Irving for 2. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Outside Westbrook. There's the dish to George. Curry passes to Gasol. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for Vucevic. The West also making some changes. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol. Kevin Durant comes in for Towns. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Steph Curry. And Aldridge slams it in.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And George kicks to Aldridge. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. And he makes the first.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free, and they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now here's LeBron, 5 points in the game. Over Durant, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Turner with a screen on George, and it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
And Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, showing again how committed he is when he takes that ball inside off the drive.
Paul dishes to Aldridge. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Aldridge has got 8 here in the quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Turner, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Man, I like the aggressiveness that Turner plays with. For such a young guy, it's proven to be beneficial in helping him draw fouls.
And some changes here for the East. Love's checked in for LeBron. Anthony comes in for Antetokounmpo, and John Wall subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Then for the West All-Stars, Anthony Davis is checked in for George, and McCollum subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control, a one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
Lowry kicks to Wall. Lowry against Paul. Out to Anthony. Love with the screen on Durant. Here's Anthony. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter. Boy, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
Stolen by McCollum. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the rejection by Love. Lowry against Paul.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
The East All-Stars have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Ball with the steal. Left side, Love. No good with the layup.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. West All-Stars lead by 16. Time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jets, the West, putting on a show in that first half. And that's exactly what the All-Star game is all about. So much talent on the floor for the Western Conference this year, and they're putting it all to use. The East in danger of getting their doors blown off if they don't turn things around in a big way. And it's just about...
And welcome. Here's Curry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Lowry out there with DeRozan. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's LeBron James. And it's Turner in at the center, locking down the middle. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the 2nd half. Lowry passes to Antetokounmpo. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Right side Lowry. But he gets it back. He's looking for James and finds him.
Kevin, you know, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
East with the ball. It's an 18-point game. It's stolen by Curry. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
Here's DeRozan. The jumper from the free throw line is good. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for the East. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's the break. Here's Aldridge. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Turner. Here's DeRozan. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Drummond's check. Look at that jam.
Come on now. Bring the thunder. Rock that rim.
Just a ridiculous dunk there. There aren't many guys who can pull off a throwdown like that.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. The West All-Stars pull it in. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's George. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
He gets it in there. And it's 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Outside Curry. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. More and more we see coaches resting players to keep them from getting overworked. The benefits, Clark, are clear for the players, but is it something that is getting overused?
I don't know if overused is the right word, Kevin. I don't like to see it as much because I think there are other ways you can rest players. Games can be part of your strategy, but how about practices being more a part of how you rest players? It got an awful lot of attention this past season, and for good reason. And I would think the coaches and players will adjust because it's not a good optics for your viewing public and your paying patrons to just arbitrarily do it. I understand it, but I think there's a balancing act that could be performed that would make it not appear as disruptive to the fans as it was this past season.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Love's checked in for Andre Drummond. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Antetokounmpo. And John Wall subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Come on, this is a big guy here, Towns. I mean, you got to foul him a lot harder than that to stop the shot. I mean, he's just too strong. Now he gets a chance to add one more at the line.
Vucevic, he's checked in for the East. Outside, Beal. The feed now to Carmelo. With the tip. Here's Vucevic. And finally they hit one. Vucevic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic. I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
And Wall kicks to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 6 points for Bradley Beal.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And Wall kicks to Vucevic. Inside. puts it up from 12. Love can't hit.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
It's stolen by Wall. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and that one's good, Anthony.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Outside Anthony, out left to the wing. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Wall dishes to Beal. Turner with a screen for Beal. And stolen by Cousins. And so it's the West All-Stars enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball. Lowry with the ball. On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the 4th quarter going. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul out there with McCollum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Aldridge in at the 4.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Beal. Paul kicks to Cousins. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
And he is a power player down low. If there's nobody there to stop him, Boogie's going to destroy that rim.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. George is checked in for the West. Russell Westbrook comes in for McCollum. Cousins, the pass to Aldridge. Back to Cousins. Inside. Paul. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
No problem at all operating in the paint for Chris Paul. He shoots an excellent percentage, even down there amongst the trees.
Westbrook against Wall. From 17 feet out, and he's able to get it back. 6 on the shot clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Cousins kicks to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
And the East with some changes. LeBron comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for John Wall. The West also making some changes. Durant comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Paul.
Good display of selflessness there from Turner. I mean, giving himself up so he can get a teammate a high percentage shot.
Aldridge, no luck. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Pass to James. Turner with the screen. LeBron kicks to Turner. DeRozan against Westbrook. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both. And Aldridge slams it in.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Durant against James. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Turner with the screen. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. No good on the 3.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Antetokounmpo dishes to LeBron. No good on that one. Now the West All-Stars the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20, and it's Aldridge missing.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Shot from the inbound. Shoots from the corner, and the basket by DeRozan. DeRozan's got 8 here in the quarter.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores, just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard. I envision them losing this lead.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
John Walls checked in for Kyle Lowry. Pass to Wall. And no good that time. Curry with some nice D. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him. And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They're trailing by 15. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And the tradition in honor of just being invited to play here, let alone receiving honors of All-Star Game MVP. Just tremendous. In fact, one could argue we had a couple great candidates here, but he deserved it. Catching up on the changes for the East. Drummond's checked in for Miles Turner. Kevin Love comes in for LeBron. Bradley Beal's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Kyrie Irving in for DeMar DeRozan. Kicks it out to Paul. Right side Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And it's Irving missing. And the West All-Stars with possession. They lead by 17. Here's Paul. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
You cannot underestimate Chris Paul's ability to finish through contact just because he's small. I mean, he's as tough as they come.
Here's Irving. Dishes it to Drummond. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Cousins, so no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.